Just a couple of hours ago, something extraordinary began stirring in the skies. Big waves of solar activity have been sending strange vibrations across the planet, affecting not only our technology, but also our moods and surroundings in ways that feel nearly mystical. From unexpected power surges to eerie, unexplained feelings, it's clear that the sun's powerful energy is reaching us in a whole new way. Scientists are closely monitoring these solar waves, revealing unprecedented changes in how they impact our daily lives. The heightened solar activity can even disrupt our planet's magnetic field, causing unique reactions not only in humans, but in animals and the natural environment. If you've been feeling odd or noticing unusual behaviors around you, you're not alone. In this video, we'll dive into what's happening right now, explore the latest scientific insights, and help you understand these strange vibes in real time. Unprecedented solar flares. Solar flares are sudden, intense bursts of energy that the sun releases from its atmosphere, and their impact on Earth is often immediate and intense. Recently, scientists detected an unprecedented level of solar flare activity, with the sun releasing some of the most powerful bursts of energy ever recorded. These solar flares are part of a natural cycle of solar activity, but the current intensity is unusual. Scientists have been observing changes in the sun's magnetic fields, which are now leading to more frequent and intense solar flares than anticipated. One of the most significant recent discoveries is that these solar flares are occurring in rapid succession. Normally, solar flares have a certain rhythm or predictability, allowing scientists to monitor and anticipate them. However, the recent solar activity is erratic and more intense, creating a unique challenge for space weather experts. These flares emit high-energy radiation that can disrupt satellite communications, GPS systems, and even ground-based power grids. What makes this current solar activity even more intriguing is that scientists believe it may be part of a larger trend within the solar cycle. Every 11 years, the sun goes through a cycle of activity, which includes a peak period called the solar maximum. During this phase, solar flares and other forms of solar radiation are more common. However, the level of activity we're seeing now could indicate that we're entering an exceptionally strong solar maximum. This peak could have lasting effects on Earth's atmosphere and beyond. This kind of solar activity also raises concerns for astronauts in space. Unlike on Earth, where we're protected by our magnetic field, astronauts are exposed to higher levels of radiation. Space agencies around the world have increased their monitoring to ensure astronaut safety and the stability of space missions. The International Space Station and other orbiting satellites are equipped to withstand certain levels of radiation, but unprecedented solar flare levels could require new precautions. On Earth, these powerful flares have triggered auroras, the beautiful light displays usually seen near the poles. Now, however, people in regions much farther from the poles are experiencing these colorful displays, with sightings reported in unexpected locations. The auroras are stunning, but they're also a reminder of the intense solar energy impacting our planet's magnetic field. This is just one visible sign of how powerful these solar flares are, but there are also invisible effects on our moods, technology, and even on wildlife. Scientists emphasize the importance of public awareness, as solar flares can affect our daily lives in various ways. Beyond the beautiful auroras, they can impact radio signals, cause power outages, and even influence flight patterns, especially on polar routes. Airlines are rerouting flights, and telecommunications companies are preparing for potential disruptions. Understanding these unprecedented solar flares allows scientists to give better warnings, but the erratic nature of the current activity makes it difficult to predict with certainty. The scientific community is rallying to study this phenomenon more closely. Teams worldwide are using satellites, ground-based observatories, and advanced software to track solar flare activity. Their goal is to understand what might be causing this sudden increase and to find better ways to mitigate the effects. While solar flares are a natural part of our universe, their power can feel overwhelming, especially when we're unprepared for their impact. Researchers are urging people to stay informed, as more waves of solar activity could occur in the coming weeks. Unusual vibrations felt worldwide. Recently, people around the world have reported feeling strange, unusual vibrations that are hard to explain. Some describe it as a subtle hum, others as a slight tremor, but the sensations are real, and they seem to be happening more often. Scientists are now linking these unusual vibrations to increased solar activity. As the sun releases powerful energy waves, these solar winds travel through space and eventually reach Earth, interacting with our planet's magnetic field. The intensity of the solar waves can actually create physical sensations and changes in the environment that we can feel. When these solar waves reach Earth, they disturb the magnetic field surrounding our planet, creating what's known as geomagnetic storms. These storms can have a range of effects, from beautiful auroras to disruptions in our technology. However, what's fascinating is that they can also impact the human body. The vibrations caused by these geomagnetic storms seem to be affecting people's physical sensations. People report feeling lightheaded, experiencing a tingling sensation, and even a sort of buzz in the air that seems to be all around them. For those who are more sensitive to environmental changes, these sensations can be particularly intense. Studies have shown that our bodies are somewhat attuned to the Earth's magnetic field, so when there's a disturbance, it can affect us in surprising ways. Researchers believe that the current increase in solar waves is amplifying these effects, making the vibrations stronger and more noticeable than usual. Some scientists speculate that this heightened sensitivity could be related to our body's natural electric currents. The human heart and brain, for instance, operate on electrical impulses, which could make us more susceptible to changes in the Earth's magnetic field. This might explain why some people feel more sensitive to these vibes than others. As these vibrations spread, there's also a psychological component. When people hear about strange events happening, it can create a ripple effect of heightened awareness. This psychological phenomenon, known as the nocebo effect, is where people experience symptoms simply because they expect them. The idea of strange solar vibes has gained attention, and as a result, more people are tuning into these sensations, amplifying their perception. While the vibrations are real, the heightened attention can make them seem even more intense. There's also a growing interest in how these solar waves might impact mental and emotional well-being. Studies in recent years have shown that intense solar activity can correlate with increased anxiety, irritability, and even depression. Researchers are exploring the possibility that the magnetic disturbances from solar waves affect the human nervous system, altering our moods in subtle ways. As the Earth's magnetic field fluctuates, it could potentially disrupt our own magnetic balance, contributing to feelings of unease and agitation. While scientists are still studying this connection, people around the world are becoming more aware of the impact these waves have on their mental and emotional states. Some have even started meditating or grounding themselves to cope with these vibrations, believing that connecting with the Earth's energy can help them stay balanced. Whether through scientific research or personal experience, the link between solar waves and human sensations is becoming more recognized and may continue to shape how we respond to these strange planetary vibes. Mysterious power surges and tech failures linked to solar activity. Recently, as solar activity has increased, there have been more reports of mysterious power surges and technology malfunctions worldwide. These power issues range from temporary blackouts to malfunctioning GPS systems, affecting individuals, businesses, and government systems alike. Scientists have identified a clear link between these disruptions and the solar waves bombarding Earth. When solar flares or solar winds reach Earth, they collide with our planet's magnetic field, creating geomagnetic storms. These storms can interfere with the power grid and electronics by inducing electric currents, which overload circuits and cause unexpected failures. The most vulnerable systems are satellites and other technology located in Earth's orbit. Solar radiation, especially during heightened solar activity, can interfere with satellite communication and GPS signals. This disruption is particularly concerning for industries that rely heavily on precise satellite data, like aviation, shipping, and even agriculture. Airlines are often forced to reroute flights when there's a risk of solar interference, especially those flying over polar routes where geomagnetic storms are most intense. On Earth, the power grid is also vulnerable. When solar energy interacts with Earth's magnetic field, it creates electrical currents that travel through the ground and into power lines. These geomagnetically induced currents can overload transformers, causing temporary outages or even long-term damage. During the solar storm of 1989, for instance, a major power outage affected Quebec, Canada, leaving millions without electricity for hours. This historical example serves as a reminder of the potential scale of impact that a significant solar storm can have on modern infrastructure. As we become more dependent on technology, the threat of solar-induced power surges grows. Telecommunications companies and power utilities are now working closely with space weather experts to monitor solar activity and prepare for potential disruptions. Some power companies have begun investing in technology that can detect and counteract geomagnetic currents, helping to protect transformers from damage. These measures are becoming increasingly important as scientists predict more solar activity in the near future. The effects of solar waves on technology also extend to personal devices. People have reported issues with cell phones, laptops, and Wi-Fi connections, particularly during periods of heightened solar activity. While these problems may seem random, they're often linked to solar energy interfering with our local magnetic field. Some scientists believe that as our devices become more advanced and sensitive, they may become even more vulnerable to disruptions from solar activity. How solar storms affect our moods. Solar storms are not only impacting our technology and the physical environment, but also seem to have a profound effect on human emotions and mental well-being. Many people have been reporting intense mood swings, feelings of anxiety, and a general sense of unease during recent waves of heightened solar activity. Scientists are beginning to explore the possible link between solar storms and human emotions, and the findings are intriguing. While we often think of solar storms as purely physical phenomena, they interact with the Earth's magnetic field in ways that may impact our own internal balance. Our bodies have their own electromagnetic fields, and many believe that these are influenced by the Earth's magnetic field. When solar activity intensifies and disrupts the Earth's magnetic field, it's possible that this disturbance affects us on a subtle level. Research shows that our brains and nervous systems are highly sensitive to electromagnetic changes. In fact, the human heart and brain both operate on electrical impulses, and fluctuations in the surrounding electromagnetic environment may subtly influence our body's natural rhythms. During solar storms, some people report feeling more irritable, fatigued, or emotionally sensitive. This can be partly due to how our bodies react to changes in the Earth's magnetic field. For those who are more sensitive, even small fluctuations can result in heightened emotional responses. In addition, studies have shown that there may be a link between increased solar activity and elevated levels of anxiety and restlessness. This effect could be due to the way electromagnetic disturbances influence the production of certain hormones in the body, including melatonin and serotonin, which help regulate mood and sleep. Another interesting factor is how solar storms impact our sleep. Many people report difficulty sleeping or experiencing unusual dreams during periods of intense solar activity. Sleep disruptions can, in turn, lead to mood swings, irritability, and feelings of exhaustion. This cycle creates an emotional roller coaster where one's mental state is constantly fluctuating in response to the solar environment. While the scientific community is still studying this connection, it's becoming increasingly clear that there is an association between solar storms and human moods. On a psychological level, knowing about the increased solar activity can also create a sense of heightened awareness. This phenomenon, known as the nocebo effect, occurs when people experience symptoms because they expect to. With solar activity gaining attention, people may become more tuned into their emotions, attributing changes in their mood to the solar storm. This awareness can amplify emotional responses, making people more susceptible to mood swings. Interestingly, some people choose to view these mood swings as a chance for spiritual and emotional growth. By becoming aware of how external forces like solar storms affect them, individuals can learn techniques to ground themselves and maintain emotional stability. Practices such as meditation, grounding, and spending time in nature can help balance emotions and create a sense of calm, even when the solar environment is turbulent. While scientists are still uncovering the details, the link between solar storms and our moods is gaining recognition as a fascinating aspect of how we interact with the universe. Skywatchers report strange lights. During intense solar activity, one of the most visible effects on Earth is the appearance of auroras, also known as the northern and southern lights. These colorful displays of light in the sky are caused by the interaction between solar particles and Earth's atmosphere, creating stunning visuals that have fascinated humans for centuries. Recently, with an increase in solar flares and other solar activities, people around the world have reported seeing these mesmerizing lights far beyond their usual regions. Places that rarely experience auroras are witnessing these unique atmospheric displays, and skywatchers are eagerly capturing the phenomenon. When a solar flare releases a burst of energy, it sends charged particles rushing towards Earth. These particles collide with the gases in our atmosphere, creating the colorful light displays that we see as auroras. Normally, these auroras are limited to areas near the magnetic poles, where the Earth's magnetic field is the strongest. However, during powerful solar events, the magnetic field can be disturbed enough to make auroras visible in places much farther from the poles. This explains why more people are witnessing these strange lights in the sky during recent solar events. The colors of the auroras depend on the type of gas molecules interacting with the solar particles. For example, oxygen produces green and red lights, while nitrogen results in blue and purple hues. The increased solar activity has led to particularly vibrant auroras, with bright greens, deep purples, and even shades of red lighting up the skies. For those who have the chance to witness it, seeing an aurora is a truly unforgettable experience, as the colors shift and dance in the sky in real time. Apart from creating a beautiful spectacle, auroras can also indicate the level of disturbance in Earth's magnetic field. When auroras are visible in areas outside their normal range, it suggests that the solar activity impacting Earth is unusually strong. Scientists and space weather experts closely monitor auroras because they serve as visual evidence of geomagnetic storms. This information helps them understand the intensity of the solar event and assess any potential risks to technology and infrastructure. The increased visibility of auroras has sparked excitement and curiosity among people worldwide, but it also serves as a reminder of the immense power of solar activity. Some people interpret these lights as a sign of cosmic energy, connecting with the idea that the universe is alive and dynamic. For many, witnessing an aurora is not just a visual treat, but also a spiritual experience, as the lights are believed by some cultures to carry special meanings or messages. The widespread appearance of auroras has also encouraged more people to learn about solar activity and its impact on Earth. Social media platforms are flooded with photos and videos of these beautiful lights, creating a sense of wonder and awe about the universe. As the sun continues its cycle of increased activity, scientists anticipate that auroras may become more common, providing skywatchers with more opportunities to witness this natural phenomenon. While solar flares can disrupt technology and affect daily life, they also bring a reminder of nature's beauty and the intricate connections between our planet and the sun. Intense headaches and fatigue. As solar activity has intensified, a growing number of people are reporting symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and general discomfort. While these symptoms might initially seem unrelated to solar flares, scientists are exploring the idea that solar energy could be influencing our physical well-being. This line of research is still in its early stages, but many individuals have noticed a pattern of physical discomfort during periods of heightened solar activity, leading to a fascinating discussion about how deeply we are connected to the environment around us. Solar flares release high levels of electromagnetic radiation, which can interact with the Earth's magnetic field. As this energy reaches Earth, it can create geomagnetic disturbances, affecting our own body's electromagnetic fields. Some scientists believe that these fluctuations could impact our physical health in subtle ways, leading to symptoms like headaches and fatigue. People who are especially sensitive to environmental changes seem to feel these effects more strongly, and solar activity may amplify any underlying sensitivities. The link between solar activity and headaches is particularly interesting. The human brain relies on delicate electrical signals to function, and it's possible that shifts in the Earth's magnetic field could influence these signals. Researchers have observed that during intense solar activity, individuals with chronic headaches or migraines report a noticeable increase in their symptoms. This suggests that solar energy could be a contributing factor to these physical ailments, although more research is needed to confirm the exact connection. Fatigue is another common symptom reported during periods of solar activity. Some scientists believe that this could be due to the way our bodies respond to changes in electromagnetic fields. Our cells rely on electrical impulses to function, and when the surrounding electromagnetic environment shifts, it could temporarily disrupt these processes, leading to feelings of tiredness and lack of energy. Additionally, the increased solar energy can interfere with sleep patterns, causing restless nights that lead to fatigue during the day. As solar flares and geomagnetic storms become more common with increased solar activity, people are starting to take notice of these physical effects. While there is no concrete evidence yet, the idea of solar activity influencing our health is gaining attention. Some health experts suggest taking extra care during periods of intense solar activity by staying hydrated, resting, and avoiding overstimulation. Activities like meditation and grounding exercises are also recommended as they help balance the body's energy and reduce stress, which may alleviate some of these symptoms. The connection between solar activity and physical health remains a topic of exploration, but it's clear that many people are experiencing these symptoms. Some view these physical sensations as a reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world, while others are turning to holistic methods to find relief. As more people report these symptoms, researchers may continue to investigate this link, potentially leading to a deeper understanding of how solar energy impacts the human body and mind. Magnetic field disruptions. Earth's magnetic field, often described as a protective shield, plays a crucial role in safeguarding us from the sun's intense energy and cosmic radiation. However, during heightened solar activity, this magnetic field can become disturbed, leading to a range of effects that impact everything from our technology to the natural world. Recent solar waves have significantly increased these magnetic disruptions, causing scientists to examine the potential risks and implications for our planet's safety. When the sun releases solar flares or coronal mass ejections, the charged particles from these eruptions travel through space and collide with Earth's magnetic field. This impact creates geomagnetic storms, which can vary in intensity based on the strength of the solar activity. These storms can have effects beyond our immediate understanding, impacting both technology and potentially human health. One of the biggest concerns with magnetic field disruptions is the impact on our power grids. The currents created by geomagnetic storms can overwhelm power systems, leading to outages or even damaging equipment. Transformers and other essential components of our power infrastructure are particularly vulnerable during these disturbances. In extreme cases, geomagnetic storms have been known to cause large-scale blackouts, as was the case with the famous Quebec blackout in 1989, where a massive solar storm disrupted the power grid for millions of people. With the current rise in solar activity, scientists are monitoring the situation closely to prevent similar incidents from happening again. Satellite operations are also heavily affected by magnetic field disruptions. Satellites orbiting Earth rely on stable conditions to function properly, and geomagnetic storms can interfere with their operations. GPS systems, for instance, are highly sensitive to magnetic disturbances, and during intense solar activity, accuracy can be compromised. This can have serious implications for navigation, aviation, and other industries that depend on precise GPS data. Furthermore, prolonged exposure to geomagnetic storms can damage the electronics within satellites, potentially leading to costly repairs or replacements. Another concern with magnetic field disruptions is their potential impact on the natural world. Many species, including birds, sea turtles, and even certain types of fish, rely on the Earth's magnetic field for navigation. During geomagnetic storms, these animals can become disoriented, affecting their migratory patterns and behavior. Scientists are studying these effects closely to understand how solar activity might be influencing wildlife and to develop strategies for conservation. In addition to the effects on technology and wildlife, there's a growing interest in how magnetic field disruptions could impact human health. Research is still ongoing, but some scientists believe that fluctuations in Earth's magnetic field could influence our nervous system, potentially leading to symptoms like headaches, dizziness, or mood changes. While this area of study is still developing, it highlights the far-reaching effects of solar activity and magnetic field disturbances. Overall, Earth's magnetic field serves as a critical barrier against the sun's powerful energy, but it is not invulnerable. As solar activity increases, understanding and preparing for the effects of magnetic field disruptions becomes increasingly important. Researchers around the world are collaborating to develop advanced monitoring systems and protective technologies that can help mitigate the risks. While the Earth's magnetic field has shielded us for millions of years, our dependence on technology and the potential impacts on both nature and human health make it essential to stay vigilant and informed about these disruptions. Animals acting strangely. Amid the recent solar waves, reports of unusual animal behavior have been increasing, sparking curiosity and concern among scientists and wildlife experts. Animals appear to be reacting to the intensified solar energy in ways that suggest they are sensitive to changes in the environment, especially when it involves magnetic field disturbances. Birds, fish, and other species that rely on Earth's magnetic field for navigation seem particularly affected, and their altered behavior could provide valuable insights into how solar activity influences the natural world. Many migratory birds, for example, use the Earth's magnetic field as a kind of map for their long journeys. When solar flares and geomagnetic storms disrupt this field, birds can lose their sense of direction. There have been instances of birds appearing in unusual locations, deviating from their normal migratory paths, or even becoming confused and stranded. This disruption can have cascading effects on ecosystems, as birds play a vital role in pollination and insect control. For birdwatchers and researchers, these events are both fascinating and concerning, as they reveal the delicate balance that solar activity can upset. Marine life is also highly attuned to Earth's magnetic field. Sea turtles, sharks, and certain species of fish navigate using magnetic cues, and geomagnetic storms can create disturbances that lead to confusion or changes in behavior. For instance, sea turtles may have difficulty finding their way back to nesting sites, and some fish species may shift their swimming patterns unexpectedly. These behaviors are not only disruptive for the animals, but can also affect the fishing industry and local ecosystems, where each species plays a unique role. In addition to navigational disruptions, there is evidence that solar activity may be influencing the social behaviors of certain animals. For example, some reports suggest that animals in zoos or farms display signs of agitation or increased aggression during solar storms. While the exact cause is not fully understood, scientists speculate that animals may be sensing the magnetic fluctuations in their environment, leading to heightened stress or alertness. This response could be a natural survival mechanism, triggered by the unfamiliar environmental signals caused by solar energy. Interestingly, some scientists are exploring the idea that animals might have a form of sixth sense for electromagnetic changes. While humans are generally less sensitive to these fluctuations, animals appear to have an innate ability to detect subtle changes in their surroundings. This sensitivity could be an evolutionary adaptation, helping animals avoid danger or prepare for environmental shifts. As solar activity continues to increase, studying these behaviors could lead to breakthroughs in understanding how animals perceive and respond to magnetic fields. For conservationists and ecologists, this connection between solar activity and animal behavior has significant implications. By understanding how solar events impact wildlife, experts can develop better strategies for protecting species that are sensitive to these changes. This could include creating conservation areas in regions less affected by magnetic disturbances or supporting migratory paths that help animals navigate more effectively during periods of high solar activity. Overall, the unusual animal behavior observed during solar waves serves as a reminder of the intricate relationship between all living beings and the forces of the cosmos. The spiritual side of solar waves. As waves of solar activity increase, many people report experiencing a heightened sense of intuition, sensitivity, and even spiritual insight. While science focuses on the physical impacts of solar waves, there's a growing belief in spiritual communities that these cosmic energies can influence our mental and emotional states, opening doors to deeper understanding and self-awareness. This connection between solar energy and spiritual experiences is drawing attention from those who believe that we're all connected to the energies of the universe, and that heightened solar activity can enhance this connection. One commonly reported effect of solar waves is an increase in intuition. People describe feeling a stronger gut instinct during periods of intense solar activity, sensing things before they happen or gaining sudden insights about their lives and relationships. This heightened intuition is often associated with the idea that solar energy interacts with our own energy fields, clearing away distractions and enabling a clearer perception of reality. Some even feel that these experiences help them gain a deeper understanding of their purpose or direction in life. In addition to intuition, sensitivity to others' emotions and energies seems to be heightened during solar storms. Empaths, or individuals who are particularly attuned to the feelings of others, often report a more intense connection to the people around them during periods of high solar activity. This increased sensitivity can be overwhelming for some, as they may absorb the emotions of those around them more easily, but it can also create an opportunity for greater empathy and understanding. For people involved in healing professions or spiritual work, this heightened sensitivity can be a powerful tool for connecting with others on a deeper level. The concept of spiritual downloads is another phenomenon people associate with solar waves. During periods of intense solar activity, Some individuals report receiving sudden bursts of insight or inspiration, as if they are being guided by a higher power. These experiences are often described as transformative, providing clarity on complex issues or inspiring new creative ideas. Those who meditate or practice mindfulness during solar events sometimes feel a stronger connection to these downloads, viewing them as messages from the universe or from a spiritual source. There's also a belief that solar waves can aid in emotional healing and self-reflection. When the sun's energy is strong, people may feel compelled to confront past traumas or unresolved issues. Some spiritual practitioners view solar storms as a time of cosmic cleansing, where negative energies are released, and space is made for growth and renewal. This process can be intense, but it is often seen as a necessary step towards emotional healing and personal transformation. While scientific evidence on these spiritual experiences is limited, many people find comfort and meaning in the idea that we are influenced by solar waves on a spiritual level. These experiences highlight the interconnectedness of humanity with the universe, creating a sense of awe and wonder about the mysteries of existence. For those who embrace spirituality, solar waves serve as reminders that we are part of something larger than ourselves, inspiring a journey of self-discovery and awareness.